Calling the Board of Zoning and Building Appeals to order. Will the clerk please take roll?
Kane,
Here.
Grotman,
Here.
Kimball,
Here.
Masterson,
Here.
Council Liaison Winkle,
Here.
Chief Building Official Fursden,
Here.
Assistant Law Director Morgan, Planning and Development Director Lieber.
Okay, all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Okay. Does anybody have anything to add in regards to the minutes? Hearing none, I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Clerk, please take roll.
Kane,
Yes.
Grotman,
Yes.
Kimball,
Yes.
Masterson.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Okay. Mr. Grotman, is there a planning commission report?
Madam Chairman, the Planning Commission met on April 9th. There were three issues that came before us. The first was the applicant was Heller Carpentry and Handyman, owner Chuck Stella on Cook Road, North Ridgeville. Proposal consists of constructing an addition to existing building for a grooming facility. It's a canine operation. After some discussion and after a close rendering of the blueprints by members of the commission, it was decided that there was too many problems with that, and it was subsequently tabled to the next meeting. We also had applicant Kevin Uhrig, Camu Trucking and Excavating. Proposal consists of rezoning the portion of the property zoned R1 residence to B3 Highway Commercial District. After some input from the administration about the location of the property and the fact that the residential portion probably could not be utilized because of French Creek and other considerations, that was approved. Now, in addition to this proposal, applicant Kevin Uhrig, Camu Trucking, proposal consists of constructing a 9,000 square foot building, parking, and landscape material storage. This goes along with the second proposal. After much discussion and much input from the residents surrounding this piece of property and some concerns by members of the Planning Commission, this approval failed on a vote of 4-1. End of report.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. As the board knows, we are undertaking a zoning code audit and subdivision regulation update. Several of you, you're all invited to participate in the stakeholder meetings, and we've since now expanded our pool of community feedback to the whole North Ridgeville community with an online survey that's been open. If you haven't received a personal invitation yet from Tina, you will shortly. Please take that survey. Please share it with your friends and neighbors. If you're involved in community organizations, whether it's Lions or Kiwanis or any other club, group, HOA, if you wouldn't mind forwarding it to members of your church. My personal goal is to hit 500 responses as a minimum. It would be great if we could do even better than that. So we really want everyone to participate, give us some feedback so we know we're heading in the right direction with these updates. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Did you want to do the zoning code and subdivision regulation update?
That was what we're doing.
Okay. All right, we'll go into the public hearing.
First applicant, only applicant, PPZ 2024-0265, Matthew Thran and Christina Levitt, 8188 Ashford Circle, PPN 07-00-035-102-191. Proposal consists of installing a fence on the corner lot. Property is zoned R1 Residence District. Requests a 1-foot height variance for height of a fence located in the front yard. Applicant shows 5 feet, code permits 4 feet, section 1294.01 H2A. Second request, a variance for opacity of a fence located in the front yard. Applicant shows 0% open, code requires 50% open, section 1294.01 H2A.
Okay. I need you, if you're both going to speak on behalf of this matter, I'm going to need you both to state your name and your address, and then I'll swear you both in at the same time.
Okay. My name is Christina Levitt at 8188 Ashford Circle, North Ridgeville, Ohio.
My name is Matthew Thuran. I also live at 8188 Ashford Circle, North Ridgeville, Ohio.
Okay, do you swear or affirm that the statements you are about to make before this zoning and building board of appeals for the city of North Ridgeville are true as you shall answer unto God or under the penalties of the law of perjury?
I do.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your application and what your hardships are.
So I wrote a letter which I saw on your, linked on your agenda. Basically, we live on a corner lot, but because of the HOA owns a large chunk of the land behind our house, we're not right up against the road. But there is a city-maintained, like, walking and bicycle path right there, and also the pickup for the public schools is on that corner as well. So we just have privacy concerns by being on a corner lot with a half-open 4-foot fence with families and children coming up and down that walkway all the time. We also have a dog, which itself is not a concern, but children, you know, they see a dog and it's cute and they want to reach over and pet it, and that would be just a concern in general, I think, for anybody if we let our dog outside unsupervised. So we prefer to have the privacy fence with the 1-foot increase in height in order to mitigate any of that.
Anything you want to add?
Just along the same lines, our primary concern is that we have a large amount of foot traffic that comes across our area, more than I would say a general home would have, because we do have the path along the back of our home, another path along the side of our home, and another one that goes around the front of our house. In addition to that, we have both families and children who get dropped off at the corner right behind our home approximately, I don't know the exact bus schedule, we don't have any children who take the bus, but it's between 3 to 4 times a day that we have large groups of individuals coming through that area. So our concern is just that if individuals can see through to our yard, they can see our dog, they might be coming onto the property. If they try to climb the fence, they could get hurt in some way. If they reach through, we don't want any issues with anything. We also intended to use that area primarily for gardening, which would include food, such as raspberries, peppers, other things that we wouldn't want children necessarily getting into. I don't know if they have any food allergies. Some of the things might have thorns on them, such as the raspberries, or the peppers might be spicy, and that could cause issues in and of itself, so we don't necessarily want them reaching through to be able to get any of that stuff. So our primary issues are mostly for privacy for ourselves due to all of the people coming through and the safety of the individuals who might be attempting to reach in and might not know better because they're children.
Okay. So the Board of Zoning and Appeals, what we're here for is to find out any type of hardship. A lot of times when you are the first owners of the house, so you knew you were buying a corner house, you knew that there's a sidewalk in front of the house and along the side, which is unusual, but you know that you bought a corner house.
Yes.
And that means you have a sidewalk. Because you have a sidewalk on both sides of your house means you have what the city considers 2 front yards. So according to the drawing, it looks like you're going off the back of your house, and then you're going to go the back of both sides of the house, and then you're going to go very to the property line with the fence.
Not quite to the property line.
Just-
Along East Fenwick, it would be set back about 13 feet from the sidewalk so that it doesn't cover up the easement along there.
Mm-hmm. And is it going to be adjacent to your neighbor's fence, I guess is what I was asking.
Oh, yes, it would be, well, we wouldn't be putting up a fence along the far side where there's already a fence over there.
Okay, so you're just putting, okay. And your neighbor's fence, which was what I was getting to, is completely solid fence, and they didn't need any variances on that at all, did they? Okay, so I'm going to open this up to any board members to see if they have any comments, questions, concerns.
I have a question, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Or actually more of a comment than a question. Looking at your property, You do have a unique lot, the fact that it is a corner lot, also in conjunction with a cul-de-sac that changes the shape of your front yard. So one of the main concerns when anytime someone asks for a corner lot fence like this, which is actually a front yard, like the chairwoman said, is visual obstruction of traffic and safety concerns. And I personally don't believe that that's an issue with your guys' particular proposal. You know, the way the road, you know, jogs out, then goes right into the cul-de-sac, it extends that portion of your front yard even further from the fence. So to me, it seems to be well thought out. It is from almost the rear corner of the house, not the front corner. I don't see that there would be any sort of safety issues, so the plan seems to make sense, in my opinion.
Does any of the other board members have any comments, questions, or concerns? Okay. Is there anybody in the audience to speak on this behalf? Okay. So what I wanted to address the different issues in regards to the Duncan factors. So can the property yield a reasonable return or beneficial use of the property without the variance? Quite clearly it can, okay? But then again, this is also why the Board of Zoning and Appeals is here, is to use common sense sometimes when the rules are a little bit hazy. Will the property be able to be used? Of course it can. The fence being taller than code allows. This is addressing it back to the fact that you have 2 front yards. Sean Kimball made a very good point. The reason why those are there is so that we're looking for visual. You're not anywhere near where we have to worry about line of sight for a car or a child. Will the essential character of the neighborhood be altered? You're actually going to be matching the next door neighbor, which was where I was going with that. Is this unlikely that it will cause safety concerns? We already addressed that. The way that it's situated, it's not going to obstruct views. Nobody can do anything. Are you going to adversely affect government services? You were clear that you didn't want to put it in an easement. Thank you very much. Did you purchase the property without knowledge of the zoning restriction? I'm assuming you do understand that it is your responsibility to know the rules and regulations. I think when you're buying your first home, you sometimes don't think about that stuff, and you definitely don't think about it when you buy a corner lot. We see a lot of people with corner lots here. Can your predicament be precluded through other variances? It could be, but we're going back to, if you want to make it look like the neighborhood, you'd be matching the next door neighbors. As far as the reason for the 50% open, that would be more of a safety concern as well. Being at the back of the house, it's not going to be, so. Does Cliff Winkle have any comments, concerns, or questions?
Madam Chair, I don't really have any comments or questions or concerns about this application. Thank you.
Mr. Ferguson, any comments, questions, or concerns?
Not at this time.
Okay. Mrs. Lieber, do you have any comments, questions, or concerns?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to mention that, you know, the corner lot situation is not an unusual thing in North Ridgeville. We have a lot of corner lots, and the code does contemplate that the 2 setbacks on side streets. I do appreciate the applicant's effort they put into their cover letter. We don't always see someone that puts the effort into addressing the issues. So that was useful in reviewing the application. Thank you.
Ms. Morgan, do you have any comments, questions, or concerns?
I don't. I think it's a well thought out plan. Thank you.
The board will take a motion. I make a motion to accept.
Second.
Will the clerk please take roll?
Kane,
Yes.
Grotman,
Yes.
Kimball,
Yes.
Masterson.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Okay. You'll just go down to the building department after Tuesday? Okay, they're gonna be closed on Monday due to the holiday. All right, thank you very much for your beautiful letter. You both have a great day and a nice holiday.
Thank you.
Okay, Is there any other business before the board? Hearing none, I adjourn the meeting.